Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to SSJ at Home's weekly conversation with Father Pat, our pastor here at St. Simon and Jude. Father Pat, the last time we did one of these, we were living in a world that may be in many ways different than the one we live in today, but in many ways is the same. Yet we find ourselves struggling with the issue of racism again because of the events that have unfolded over the past 9 days that led off with the incident in Minneapolis and the death of George Floyd and everything that has followed in its aftermath. It's a situation that is not a comfortable situation to talk about, but I know that you want to touch on it briefly, and we thank you for that. In 2018, the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops issued a white paper called Open Wide Our Hearts. It was a paper that dealt with how the church and the people of the church should respond to the ever-present issue of racism, which has been with us since the beginning of time, frankly. In the report, I want to read a paragraph, and then I'd like your response from this particular paragraph. The USCCB says, racism will not end overnight. Still, we pledge these actions and hope that more actions will follow. We instruct our priests, deacons, religious brothers and sisters, lay leaders, our parish staff, and all the faithful to endeavor to be missionary disciples, carrying forth the message of fraternal charity and human dignity. We ask them to fight the evil of racism by educating themselves, reflecting on their personal thoughts and actions, listening to the experience of those who have been affected by racism, and by developing and supporting programs that help repair the damages caused by racial discrimination. We need to continue, the USCCB concludes, to educate ourselves and our people about the great cultural diversity within our church. Father Pat, how would you comment on this report, which is 2 years old, but still as applicable today as it was then?
Oh, that's certainly true that, and that's true that the report came out in 2018. I mean, it shows you that this isn't a new problem, right? And obviously the problem goes back well before 2018. But yeah, I think the points that the bishops make here, I mean, we really need to take to heart. I mean, that first point, right? It is about fraternal charity and human dignity, but we need to reflect on our own personal thoughts and actions. It's kind of the second point they made there. I think all of us need to step back and think about our own personal thoughts and actions, and where bias comes in with wherever it is, racism or in any of our relationships, politics, all of that. There is in society today so much division, so much lack of fraternal charity, and we've really got to, personally look at our own responses to that, look at our own responses as to our own filters that we put in as we listen to news stories, as we listen to the news, and continue to educate ourselves. But first and foremost, the thing, and especially what this country needs right now, is prayer, right? I mean, we cannot underestimate the power of prayer, and we really need to come together as a society and pray to call on God to send the Holy Spirit, and to send it to each of us personally, individually, but especially this year when we are talking so much about forming community and forming communion. That's not just here in the parish, that is in our society in general. And the challenges to forming community are just so great these days, with all of the divisions and all. And we really need to pray for healing. We really need, in the statements that the bishops put out, particularly related to this incident, they said that we need to beg God to heal our deeply broken view of each other, as well as our deeply broken society. And I think I think that's the bottom line. That's where right now we need to pray, and we need to reflect on our own personal uh, brokenness, our own personal issues, how we respond to this fraternal charity and human dignity, how we look at that, and to pray for God's healing power in our broken society.
And with regard to your comments about the importance of community, community brings communication, and when we communicate with each other, we're in communion with each other. So communicating and just talking to other people is a huge help, as I think you would see.
Yeah, dialogue is probably the number one thing in Pope Francis's theology, right? He's all about people coming together and dialoguing through their issues. Sometimes Pope Francis gives what seems to be very controversial answers to questions, and I believe he does that just because he wants to spawn the dialogue, civil dialogue, decent dialogue, and unfortunately, that's what we see too little of in society today. Is that we have to be able to reach out. They say in their statement, right, to listen to the experience of those who've been affected by racism. That's where we all need to reach out and dialogue and talk about it and try to see these things from various perspectives, various understandings. Unfortunately today in our political world, we're too often we close off to other political perspectives, other issues. We shout them down, but we need that communication. We need that dialogue.
I think as well, education is an integral factor to helping us make through this. I was reading the other day how long this topic has been a part of the human conversation, and it goes back before Christ. And it's just boggles the mind that we're still talking about it. Talk about it is something too that we'll do on Friday as part of a healing mass.
Yeah, the devil is always finding things to divide us, right? I mean, that's why goes back as long as the world is there, is because the devil is always finding ways to separate us, to divide us, to cause us, right? This last weekend we heard the reading of the Tower of Babel, right? And how language divided the people and separated them. But what was the antidote to that? We also heard the reading of Peter there on Pentecost Sunday, filled with the Holy Spirit, that was able to unite people in the language, in the dialogue, bring them together. And that's what we believe as Christians. That's what we believe as Catholics, is that that while these divisions are natural, or just part of the human nature, right? That the Holy Spirit, we rely on the Holy Spirit, we pray for the Holy Spirit, that'll help us heal these things. And yes, this Friday, it's First Friday, so we normally have a healing mass. The last couple of months, we've turned the First Friday healing mass into a virtual mass, praying for the healing from this pandemic. This First Friday, we want to continue to pray for healing from the pandemic, but we also want to pray for this healing of the broken society that the bishops have asked us for. And so this healing mass, we'll pray for each of our individual healing. I hope you join us there. It'll be, again, a virtual mass, live streamed. We'll pray for each of our healing, but we'll include special prayers to pray for healing in our society, to pray for the healing of our brokenness, to pray for peace. And as Pope John Paul II, St. John Paul II said, you can't have peace without justice. So we need to pray for peace and justice. We need to pray for healing for our society. And that's what we intend to do with the Mass at 7 o'clock. We'll have a holy hour right after that, and then we'll have all-night adoration. We'll have the ability, you can come into the church for adoration. We'll have sentinels there in the church praying before the Blessed Sacrament. but as we've done the last couple of months, we'll also live stream the adoration. So you can join us throughout the night, praying for healing, praying for peace, praying for justice in our society.
And our virtual masses and other events are located on our YouTube channel, our Facebook Live page, and you can also access these streams through our website at ssjwoodlands.com. Father Pat, again, thank you for the time that you give us as often as we're able to get together, and look forward to the next conversation.
Thank you. We'll see y'all. Take care.
Thanks, Father.